Today we are talking about weirdly dark scenes in kids movies. Kids movies are supposed to be fun. They're supposed to be a jolly old good old time. Kids you can watch with babies, grandmas, grandpas, dogs, everything like that. Sometimes they decide to go, yeah, okay, life ain't all sunshine and rainbows, kids. Sometimes you're gonna have to go to hell or something crazy like that. What the hell? You want an example? Okay, here's the granddaddy of all examples. I gotta go with the tunnel scene from Willy Wonka. There's no light showing, so the danger must be growing. What the hell, dude? First of all, Willy Wonka just got one of the kids, R.I.P. Augustus Gloop. I think that's his name. Imagine having Gloop as your last name. Poor kid just got, and now he goes, okay, we're cranking this bad boy up. I know I just sang one of the most beautiful ballads of all time. Timmy's gonna sing it in like 100 years or something like that. I know it wasn't 100 years ago. And now we're gonna go crazy. Now we're gonna go in this tunnel. There's gonna be some bug projections and chickens getting their heads cut off. What? I can't even understand why this scene is in the movie, why it has to be here. What Willy was trying to get across, quite frankly, I have no idea. Who knows, really? It's one of those things no one will ever know. But every time a child watches this movie, they earn their wings. And by that, I mean they grow the F up. Otherwise, this thing's gonna jack you up. Another example is Dr. Facilier's death in The Princess and the Frog. Dr. Facilier, played by the legendary Keith David. Don't you disrespect me, little man. Obviously, Keith David is a legend. Dr. Facilier, a pretty good villain. Who would have known this guy would be like the last good Disney villain? Wow, I sure wouldn't have known. I would have been like, wow, this guy's just the next addition in an awesome chain of villains. This is the things I get. And yes, the guy is very voodoo centric. You know, that's what it's like in New Orleans. Very voodoo centric and beignet centric. The next villain should be Beignet Man, Mr. Beignet, Bob Beignet, the greatest villain of all. But when it's time for him to die, he has been leaning on his friends, his homies, which is good, which you should do. His friends from the other side, presumably hell, and they drag him to hell. They say, get your ass down here. You suck. It's pretty awful. The dude's begging for his life. I understand if you were a child being a little scarred by this, being like, hey dad, does that happen to me when I die? Up next, I don't know if this is just a me thing. I was always scared by this scene, and that's like the marionette scene from the Polar Express. You know, when the boy, his name's literally like Boy, like Atreus or something like that. When Boy is going through the train of all the marionettes, and then the ghost hobo, again, why are you in this movie? He starts dropping down these scary puppets and he's doing all these scary voices. Again, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just a me thing, but I was terrified of it as a child. Pretty dang scary. Up next, I have all the scenes of death from Puss in Boots. Again, this guy sings a freaking banger. Who's your favorite fearless hero? Puss in Boots, that's who. He sings an absolute banger of an opening, and then he's just like, you know, he's going out in the town, another dub. He's going to get a beer with the boys or by himself, and then death, literally the Grim Reaper, pulls up on him and almost kills him. It's like, whoa, dude, it is like freaking jumping in an ice plunge after spending weeks in the Sahara Desert like Nathan Drake. It's like, dude, the biggest shock of all time. You're like, what the heck is going on? This guy wasn't in the trailer. What is happening? Absolute banger of a scene. Love every scene with this guy in the movie. Love what he represents in the film. It's great stuff. And the last one I'm going to, obviously, you probably could have guessed this being on the list. Come on now, it's Hellfire from The Hunchback. So, Cloud Frollo, Judge Frollo, if you will. All his friends call him just Frollo. They just call him Fro. They just call him Froyo. So Judge Froyo, he's pretty much like, here's his motive, right? He says, man, that girl's fine. That girl's good looking, I gotta say. But then he's like, oh, crap, I can't have her. Look at me, I'm Judge Froyo. So I'm gonna kill her, because if I can't have her, no one can have her. And in this song, dude is dealing with his, like, lusty obsessions. And then the red Nazguls, the red skin Nazguls, when everyone in your Smash party picks the Nazgul and then they change to the red team, right? That's these Nazguls. They all pop up and he's like holding this like cloth and he's like, I love you, but I'm gonna burn you and I'm gonna burn you to death. I hate you. But also I love you and you're super hot, girl. You're super fine. You know what I'm saying? But also, I hate you. It's like one of those things where, again, what? What are you doing in this movie? And yeah, Disney, you're crazy for this. Absolutely wild. And again, I'm not saying it's a crazy scene. I'm not saying it's too much for me, an adult. But if you're a child, again, it's gonna raise some questions. Dude, hey dad, why is he smelling that lady's clothes? That's really creepy. I doubt she'd consent to that. Yeah, who knows, man. Crazy times. This is a crazy, weird video. I don't know. Thanks so much for watching, though. New video every single day. Yep, hit subscribe.